Brickology!
Hey everybody, it's Thomas. For me, the goal of my brick films is to make it as believable as possible, meaning that I want my films to depict real life. The writing, the voices, the sounds, and especially the look of my films are an attempt to make it seem like the viewer has been plopped into that world and is a spectator to what is transpiring. Visually, my films are nothing incredibly stunning. They're very simple and take place in a limited number of sets. One of my biggest influences on the look of my films is the TV show The Office. I love the documentary style and the often sloppy camera work. This gives a deeper sense of reality and I've tried to capture that in the quality of my videos. I'm still developing this style, and I'm sure in time it'll morph into my own. So one big thing is camera angles. If you watch my films closely, you'll notice that I switch camera angles multiple times. I try to avoid lingering in one shot for too long, and I often switch shots every few seconds. In this tutorial, I'll run through one of my videos and explain my thought process and the reasoning to the camera angles. Hopefully, it'll give you ideas on how you can implement this idea into your own videos and begin developing your own style. As always, please subscribe to the channel. Your likes and comments all help me build this channel so I can bring you more content just like this. Thank you, and let's get going. And here we are in Dragon Frame. Now the video I've chosen to go over is actually the end card video to this very video you're watching. Haha, how cool is that? Now the reason why I chose it because it's very simple, it's only 20 seconds long, and the simplicity made it a challenge to make it visually a little bit more interesting. So first let's watch it and then let's go over it. Here it is. Okay, wait. Let me tell you something weird that's been happening to me. Every morning after waking up, I open my front door only to discover that someone has dumped a bunch of Lego on the ground. I just don't know what to make of it. Right? I think that's worth you subscribing to the channel. All right, thank you. All right, and we're back. So very simple video, but you can see I changed the camera angles multiple times, had some pans, had some close-ups, had some movement with the camera as well. So let's go over this. Now at the very beginning, so keep in mind this whole video was only 20 seconds long. At the very beginning, he's talking here, and I have the establishing opening shot. So he's in the bathroom, so it's a wide shot, he's in the bathroom. And you'll see right at the start, I start changing the camera at frames, you can see down here, frames 17 and 18, that's where I start closing in. And that ends at frame 23. So it starts at frame 18, so that's about a second into the video, I already start changing it. Now the reason why I do so many camera angle changes, is because visually I also want to tell a story. If it were just this shot the whole time, to me, that's kind of boring. It'd be quicker to shoot, sure, but for me, it's kind of boring to not only shoot, but also to watch. So I want the viewer to be engrossed into the video. The more I can make it visually interesting, the more the viewer will continue to be engrossed into the video. So the camera closes in, and it's not that much closer, but it's close enough to make a change. So that stopped at frame 23, and he keeps talking, and you'll see the next change happens at around right here, frame 50. So already about 3 seconds into it, I've already done 2 camera angle changes. So this one, it gets even a little bit closer. So keep in mind, all these pictures here are the raw shots that I've taken. No post-production has been done. So the lighting might be a little darker here, darker there, but these are all just exactly what the camera saw. But already 3 seconds into it, I've done
Let me tell you
one,
weird that's been happening to me.
2 shots, 2 camera angle changes. And he completely changes the angle because he starts turning. And here's the toilet here, whereas before the toilet was behind him. So he's talking. This starts at frame 50, and I get even closer now at frame 75. So that's 25 frames for this portion right here. That's almost 2 seconds. But it also depends on what he's saying. So what is he saying here? At the beginning, he's like, hey, wait, I want to tell you a story.
I opened my... Okay, wait. Let me tell you something weird that's been happening to me.
So he's turning here. When he turns, the viewer knows, okay, something's changing. He's about to start something different, and that's exactly where the joke starts. Every morning, I wake up,
Every morning after waking up, I open my...
So every morning after waking up, and then the next shot here at frame 76 is even closer. So the viewer gets pulled in, you know, subconsciously it gets pulled into the story.
I open my front door only to discover that...
And here is another establishing shot just to visually give the viewer something to grasp on. Okay, so you see all these Lego pieces on the ground, and that's what he's talking about. I open the door and I see a bunch of Lego pieces on the ground. Oops, I just knocked the microphone, sorry. But here, so this frame change happened at frame 76, frame 75, excuse me. And this shot here changes at frame 109. So that's only what, about 2 seconds as well. Okay, so 25 to 100, that's 25, and then plus a little bit, so about 2 seconds. So I'm making camera changes every 1 to 2 seconds. And here already the camera starts panning down. So visually, so many things just with the camera work. And like I said at the very beginning of this video, I'm very influenced by The Office because there's so much camera work. Because they're trying to catch so many different expressions and angles and what's going on. So I like that sort of thing. Let's watch it from here. Then it focuses in on the Lego pieces. So visually, I want, if you think here, visually, I want the viewer to look at this now. And it focuses, and he becomes blurry. So the viewer's like, okay, I need to see what's happening here. So the whole time, I'm pulling the viewer into the story and telling the viewer what I want you to look at and what I want you to focus on. When he says Lego pieces, this is what I want the viewer to focus on.
A bunch of Lego on the ground.
And it comes back up, so you know, okay, now focus back in on the dude right here. And here's another angle change. So from 109, what was that? Yeah, 109 all the way to 149. That's about 40 frames. That's almost a little bit over 2 seconds. So again, 1 to 2 seconds, I make a camera change. And this is another close-up.
You know?
And this is where the punchline is. So for the punchline, of course, I want it to be closer in so it's more intimate and you know something's happening. Such a drastic difference from this shot to this shot. You don't see the Lego anymore. You don't see anything. Everything's blurred out except his face. So subconsciously, you're focusing in on what is he going to say. And he says the punchline.
You know, I just don't know what to make of it.
Ha ha ha. That's a funny joke. So after that, that shot depended on how long it took me to say the joke. So that was what, from 149, if I'm right, yeah, 149 all the way to 201. So that's about 50 frames. A little bit shy of, a little bit over 3 seconds. But that's how long it took me to say the punchline. So that's how long it's going to last. And now I pull back. So it's like the release. After that, it's the release of the joke. And you're like, yay, and you see the Lego pieces, so you're reminded of everything that's still going on. The Lego pieces, him saying, right, that's funny. You see the toilet, and you hear the laughter. Everything's funny, everything's funny. But already, I pull in again to his face, so you want to focus in on the face change and the smile, so you know, okay, I'm supposed to be laughing.
Right.
It's funny, so funny.
I think that's worth.
And then here is where I set up so I can put the end screen videos right here, the subscribe and the other video right here. So that's the only reason for this shot here. And I make this shot last the longest, well, because
Subscribing to the channel. All right, thank you.
I want, you know, everything to be sitting here and it's stable and it's not moving around and covering anything. All right, so that's only 20 seconds long. Let's see how many camera changes I did.
Okay, wait. Let me tell you something
1,
weird that's been happening to me. Every
2,
morning after waking up, I open
3,
my front door only to discover that someone
4,
has dumped a bunch of Lego on the ground.
5,
You know?
6,
I just don't know what to make of it. Right?
7,
Right?
8,
Right? I think that's
9.
worth you subscribing to the channel. All right, thank you.
9 camera changes in 20 seconds. That's about 1 every 2 seconds. Okay, but if you think about it, let's watch it again. You get pulled into the story. The whole idea is pulling the viewer into the story and showing the viewer what you want them to look at, what you want them to be thinking about.
Okay, wait. Let me tell you
Far
something
away,
weird
closer
that's been
in, you
happening
get pulled more, closer right now, pulled even more into the story. Look at the Lego, focusing on what he's saying. And now the close-up, that's the punchline. Then the release, ha 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 ha. And then the setup for the end.
All right, thank you.
All right. And that is my thought process in this video right here. And whether it'll be effective or not, I'll find out. But when I shoot a video, that's generally my thought process. That's why it's very important to first record the audio, then start shooting it. So you can really tell, where do you need the camera changes? Where do you need it? Where do you need to help the viewer get more and more engrossed into the story? That's the whole point of the visual story that you shoot. So keep in mind, if you have one shot the entire time, sometimes that's effective, but just in this 20 seconds, I really want the viewer to stay with the video. And I hope it's effective, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Things that I talked about, again, tell the story visually, bring the viewer into the story, and tell the viewer what they should be looking at and what they should be thinking and feeling. That's what your visual story is. That's its job. All right, so now let's watch the end card, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and do everything so I can continue making videos like this. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you use camera angles, and I'll see you in the next video. Right on. Okay, wait. Let me tell you something weird that's been happening to me. Every morning after waking up, I open my front door only to discover that someone has dumped a bunch of Lego on the ground. I just don't know what to make of it. Right? I think that's worth you subscribing to the channel. All right, thank you.